oh my God, to watch your mate go into comedy and then become dedicated to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how she's still here.
Holy
what a
shit.
nightmare.
Right. It's like seeing them slip into like an opium addiction or something like that.
Yes, right.
Right.
But,
Just
but
like,
it's
oh,
like,
please don't do it. Don't know. Oh, God. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Asian Not Asian podcast, the podcast where Asian people talk a lot of smack about each other, about the world, about ourselves, whatever. Today is May 21st. We're doing a nice, sweet doubleheader. We had another previous guest. He just skedaddled. I said skedaddled. And now we have a new guest, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about this. It's getting kind of hot in here. It's a hot day. In New York City. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm more, took off my Rosie O'Donnell shirt.
Oh, you did.
And I'm kind of showing a new look.
New
mesh
look.
look.
No, what is it? From day to night? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took it from pre-lunch to post-lunch.
Pre-lunch to post-lunch. I'm your host, Mike Nguyen.
I'm Jenny Arimoto.
Again, this is the Asian Not Asian podcast. Very quickly, if you're listening to this episode on your iPhone, drop us a review, hit 5 stars, leave a comment. We love hearing your words. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment about, I don't know, the last really delicious meal you had. We just had lunch, and we would love to hear what you have. And yeah, just to of course tell all your friends, screenshot this episode and post us, tag us at Asian Not Asian on Instagram. Because we love to hear it. Very quickly, we're also going to do Patreon, our Patreon shout out. What is that? Patreon is the best way to best way to support the podcast. All right, you give us money. We do different things for you. One of them being we give a shout out and we guess your ethnicity based on your last name. As everybody knows, we've never missed.
So incredibly accurate.
So accurate. The CIA called us.
Yeah.
And they're like, how are you this accurate?
They were scared. That's why they called us.
Yeah, they were. This is not bullshit. The deputy director of the Northeast region was like, we need your services to help fight tyranny. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what can I do?
Exactly. We're like the dogs that the sniff bombs. Like, we're similar to that.
We're like the dogs that sniff bombs, but just give us a name and we'll give you full DNA breakdown. We got only one today. This one is a good one. Nguyen Huynh. Ngan Huynh Huynh. I already know this one.
Yeah, Vietnamese.
Boom. CIA, give us a call.
We did it again.
We did it again. This is a real. This person's real Viet.
Yeah.
Nguyen is that's a Vietnamese ass name. That's the Kevin of Vietnamese names. It's a Vietnamese fucking name, dude.
Are you saying Kevin is a Vietnamese name?
Well, I would say that Kevin is usually like a white name, but although now Kevin is a Vietnamese name, you're right. So I would say that Kevin is the most Vietnamese name. Nguyen is second. That's a pretty Vietnamese name. So shouts, this person is Vietnamese as hell, all right? 145% Vietnamese. We like to start off the podcast by asking each other, what kind of Asian were you this week? Jenny, do you have something ready?
I have something ready.
Go for it.
And I'm going to kind of encompass it last couple of weeks.
Okay.
I've been a self-conscious Asian.
Oh.
And let me explain why.
Yeah.
So we recorded a bunch of the episodes that started kind of coming out in season 2, quote unquote, a couple months ago,
Months ago, yeah.
It's been a while. And so I had recorded those, and then it had been like a really big break of time. So they didn't come out for a while, and I had fully forgotten what I talked about.
Yes, that happens to me all the time.
I've also, because I don't podcast until now, I had never heard myself talk this much.
Oh, yeah.
And once the episodes started coming out, I started getting really hung up on the way that I talk on mic.
Well, okay.
So I noticed like little things about myself. I say Totally. Yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I told myself in my head I wouldn't say it out loud because I didn't want the listeners to pick up on my little things that bothered me. Anyways, I just like noticed the kind of like colloquial little things that I say.
Yeah.
And I think the episode started coming out a couple weeks ago. And
Yes.
so since the first episode dropped, I was like, these are the things I want to fix. These are the things I want to do about myself. I'm going to laugh louder and harder, like little notes for myself. But then I didn't record for like 3 weeks.
So you forgot.
And so I was like, well, I had a lot of things I wanted to work on.
How long is this list?
I don't know. I'm really, you know,
You are project manager.
I'm a project manager, and like ultimately, I'm like always just like, oh, I need to get an A+, and I need to be perfect. So yeah, that's been going on in my head since the episode started coming out.
You sound great.
Thank you.
You do things great. People love you. People, they're always leaving comments.
Everyone has been so nice.
We have the nicest fans in the fucking
Truly,
world.
the nicest.
We do. We really do. And I think they like your energy. They, you know, it's funny that you have this list of things that you want to improve. I feel as a project manager, the term is we roadmap that.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna sunset a couple features. Mm-hmm. We're gonna bring a couple more on.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna have an what is that thing called? An API? Is that what it's called?
I mean, that's for sure a thing.
That's
We're
for
gonna
sure.
build on an API.
I don't know what that is. I hear it all the time in my job. People are always like, we need the API, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Asian Pacific Islander? Got you. I'm an API. I love it. I love it. Well, people love you. Don't change a thing.
Okay.
Maybe laugh louder because we do love laughter. But that's
yeah,
it.
I just want to be louder. I felt very
That's fair.
like reserved, and everyone was like, "What a calming energy she has," and I was like, "I don't feel like I'm that calm in general, so maybe I
see
should
what you're
play
saying.
up kind of the other side."
Well, you got to remember, too, that the other co-host, Fumi, he was famous for a couple things. One of them, most famous, is leaving an uneaten pizza that he wasn't going to eat on the refrigerator shelf. No plate, just on the shelf.
Oh no!
That's what you're competing against.
Oh my god!
So
That's my nightmare.
So if you use a plate, you're already less chaotic with him. Whoa! So calming energy with using a plate. Yeah. So don't change a thing.
All right. Well, Mike, what kind of Asian were you?
Oh my God, I've been waiting to talk about this. I was a purple Asian, in that I got my purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Woo!
Saying out loud, I'm a little embarrassed.
No, but
it sounded much cooler in my head.
What does purple mean?
So in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there are 5 belts: white, blue, purple, brown, and then black. But it takes like years and years in between each one. It's almost like a genius marketing thing that the Brazilians did. Yeah. My wife says that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a pyramid scheme because every month I pay into it, and then once in a while I come back and I'm like, I'm at the next Theon or whatever, the next level or whatever. I've met Tom Cruise.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not wrong, but I did pay enough money or whatever it is, took enough tests so that I became a purple belt, and so it's like the middle belt. Just to put it into perspective, I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 7 years, 6 or 7 years, depending on if you count the pandemic. It took me 2 years to get my blue belt, and it took me 4 years to get my purple belt. Now, in a lot of other martial arts, which I've done because I'm a dork, you get your black belt in like 4 or 5 years, whatever. So this, just to get the amount of hours I've put into this is like insane, right? I would say it is only rivaled by the amount of time I've done stand-up, okay? And so I'm a purple belt now, which is like, that's like unofficially the belt where the people in the school will start taking you seriously. It's like, okay, you finally have paid your enough dues.
Got it.
Where you're now somebody who's like, okay, you're not gonna quit right away.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people start off jiu-jitsu and as a white belt, it's not what they think it's like, and they just drop out. Then a lot of people get to blue belt, and they do the thing, and it sucks. I mean, shit, you guys don't have to imagine. You're comedians. Imagine working as hard as you can and nothing happening, and you're still a blue belt for years. Years and years. And you have no idea if you're going to ever get promoted. And that's exactly...
How do you get promoted? Do you have to, like, kick something? I just think it's all kicking really high.
Yeah, it's all kicking. Yeah, you smash a coconut. No, it depends on different schools, but it's there's no other way to say it. It's a vibe. It's just a vibe.
Oh my God.
You can tell, like when I spar with someone, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu does a lot of sparring, you can tell, like as soon as I put my hands on the other person, I'm like, oh, this person is a blue belt. Or without them wearing a belt, I can tell. Like, oh, you feel like a blue belt. You feel like a purple belt. You feel like a brown belt. I swear to fucking God, it's
Really?
a vibe. It's a vibe, and they were the instructors. They were like, Mike's got a purple belt vibe now. It is. I swear to God. Yes, there are things that you should know.
Sure.
Some schools will tell you like you need to know XYZ moves, whatever. But it really is about the feel of the other person. You know, it's like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is like you're surfing, but the thing you're surfing is another person, and they're surfing you and back. That's what it is. It sounds weird, but yeah. So I was a purple belt. It feels cool. It feels nice. I want to say I'm ready and also not ready. It's also the belt where I have to say this, that when I started off as a white belt, purple belts were like gods. A purple belt, if I rolled or sparred with this purple belt, they would they could just like not even try and just steamroll over me. They would, I had no defense against them. They always knew. They seemed to like know what I was gonna do before I did it. So they were always like gods. And now that I am one, I'm like, I am a god. Okay, that's what I put out there. I am a god. Yeah, so that's what kind of Asian I was. I want to ask this question to our guest this week. Our guest this week is a comedian. It's just awesome dude. Very just great guy. Super funny. Very tall. That's a big one. Give it up right now for Jason Choi, everybody.
Oh man.
Woo!
Yes. That I have no credentials. So Mike's got to be like, he's a great guy. Everybody turned it off as they got their video with you guys, and
I apologize. Do you? What do you usually tell people? Do you tell people like, hey, Jason, I'm about to bring you up on stage. What anything you want me to say?
I play all over.
Okay.
Great guy.
Great
Yeah,
guy.
great guy. Tall. Yeah. Which is relevant now.
It's very relevant now.
Yeah.
Very relevant now. What kind of Asian were you this week, Jason?
That's it. I tried to be more of like a monk Asian this week.
Oh.
Yes. I've been trying to think a lot about presence. I've had this injury recently.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And what I noticed about a physical injury is that oftentimes the physical, like if you have a lot of existential things going on, you get the physical injury, you're like, oh, that immediately is more important. Like
the physical injury.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So the injury kind of connected me a little bit more deeply to just like being present. And stuff.
Whoa.
Interesting.
It's like a yoga thing almost.
Yeah. I'm trying to frame it like that so I don't think it's like the worst thing.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah,
You
what happened?
like messed up your shoulder.
Yeah.
What?
I ran into a brick wall
Continue.
playing
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
just the viewer count is just
Yeah.
Even the way he got injured was boring.
yeah. Oh God. No, it is so boring. I played wall ball. Do you guys know wall ball?
No.
There's many names for this. It's wall ball.
Is that the thing that people play in Chinatown? That thing? The
No,
handball?
no,
Is that
no.
handball? No.
No, it's not handball. There's no ball involved. There is a ball involved.
Isn't it
Is there
wall ball?
Is it not a wall? So not wall ball?
It's
Okay,
not-
go ahead.
Okay, yeah. It's a wall ball variant. We throw the ball.
Not even the main wall ball.
No, this is-
the variant of the wall ball.
Yeah, this is an offshoot.
This is not even regular rugby. This is Australian rules rugby. No,
Yes, this is Omicron wall ball.
I'm not crying. This is
Anyway.
BA2
Yeah.
wall ball.
Wall ball.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is what I got. So that you throw the ball at the wall. You're supposed to catch it. If you miss it, you got to run the wall and touch it before somebody else can
okay.
catch it.
Okay.
Oh, you're an 8th grader? What the hell is this?
Is this an actual sport?
No.
Oh, it's made up. It's
Yes.
made up.
And I even remember when I was in grade school and they would play this sport.
Yeah.
I would say I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
This is the version I played is if you don't catch the ball, you drop it. You have to run, and everybody can hit you until you get to the wall. Everybody
Oh.
can punch you.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
that this is another variant.
This is the SoCal variant,
Yeah.
where so I would get pummeled, or they would pummel you until you touch the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I would use that to hone my martial arts skills. I would purposely drop the ball and be like, "Let's do this," and people would like be hitting me, and I would be like, "Ha ha 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 ha," and then I would touch the wall. But continue.
I see.
No, that's hilarious because like the variant that I play is that if you miss 3 times, people can throw the ball as hard as they want at you.
Oh, at you.
Yes.
So like, let's say I see. Okay, so you drop the ball. Let's say you drop the ball, then I can grab it after 3 times or whatever, and then I can throw it at you.
Yeah, you get 3 outs, and then you get the physical punishment.
I see.
Is it just like one of those like regular, like really hard?
Tennis ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Who are you playing with?
I'm in Canada on the road with my friend Michael Terry.
That's right.
I'm with his wonderful family.
That's awesome.
They're hosting me.
That's nice.
They want to take the child out for an afternoon of fun and games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out doing the wall. I miss the ball because it's on the ground and I'm 6'9", so that I don't deal with the ground.
Yeah. who has time?
Yeah.
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 So I tip. My weight is too forward, and I'm sprinting at the wall because I missed the ball.
Right.
And I instead just swan dive like into the brick wall.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Just like head first, and then
Was it
Ow.
a lethal weapon situation? Like, did you have to pop that shit back in?
but apparently it like popped out and popped back in
Whoa.
on its own. Yeah.
So can you move it around?
Not really.
Jesus.
When
Yeah.
did this happen?
Like a month ago.
Oh damn.
Are you doing PT? Did they got anything like that?
Yeah. We don't have to
No,
talk about
I want to
this
know
further.
about this. This is great. This is good shit. Thank you so much for getting hurt. I was afraid. I didn't know what we were going to talk about. But thank God you hurt yourself.
Yeah. I'm glad too. No, not really.
I'm sorry
No,
about
I'm just
that.
kidding.
But because of it, you've been more mentally, like focusing
Yes.
on something.
Just like just like being present, I think.
Wow.
That's good. Do you have a lot of... well, hold on here. First, this is a new thing we're doing with our guests. You
Mhm.
get 60 seconds to just tell us about yourself. The only catch is that you have to use the full 60 seconds. You ready?
Doesn't it seem like we should have done that before?
No.
I was gonna say, Mike.
I don't give a fuck. We're going to do that right now.
Wow.
The full 60?
Yep.
This is something we've implemented as of an hour
An
ago.
hour ago. Ready? Tell us about yourself. Go.
Hello, my name is Jason Choi. I live a double life basically. I spend most of my days as a programming guy, and at night I go out and do stand-up comedy. I don't sleep very much. Things aren't going too well. I broke my shoulder, which has only increased the difficulty of the aforementioned scenario. I constantly feel pressure, boiling anxiety. I wore a black shirt today. It's the hottest day of the year. It caused incredible sweat to amass. So maybe you see that on the camera, maybe you don't. But I certainly feel it. I spent...
You got 10 seconds left. You got 10 seconds.
I got 10 seconds left. People say I'm tall. 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", whatever you want. But I don't. I've always resented that bottle, that box. All right,
That's perfect.
This is it.
That's perfect because we are going to talk about both those things. One,
Was that good?
that was
It was
great.
so
That was
good.
great, and I love too because we've only implemented this new thing twice, and both times, just the spiraling starts
I
happening
know.
about 25 seconds in.
Right.
It's very difficult to talk about yourself
Yes.
without just getting really just like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. You
Right.
know? Yeah. The thin veneer of civilization.
Yes. Because you're struggling to find something to say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
eventually, it's just like the meat that's there, like the energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
It's very clever, Mike.
Kind of figured it out on the fly.
We figured this out.
That's
so,
amazing.
You know what I like about you two is you got the double life.
Hmm.
You know, I think a lot of comedians don't have that, and I always feel bad about having it because I always feel like, oh, you should just like 100%
Right.
into poverty. You know, just go right into it.
We have
You know,
yes. We
no
talk
health
about
care.
this a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like that you have that because you understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're not like letting it to find you or stop you, you're out. You're not sleeping a lot. You're out. And you do a lot of shows, you know. But I know that it's like something that kind of weighs on you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're constantly having to context switch, and you know, like an office job. You know, you at least for me, I don't expose. I'm not funny. I'm not a funny guy in the office.
Yeah, you're not.
No.
Do they know that you do comedy?
I have no idea. I don't mention it
You
at
don't
all.
mention
Really?
it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one's ever brought it up.
No.
Got it.
Every time I've kind of broached the subject, like one time, you know, we got a company lunch. I start going off about how I hate hard shell tacos. I just get all these dirty looks, like, why are you bringing, you know? So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, all right,
Oh.
I'll leave that weirdness like out.
But like, don't people ask like, "What'd you do last night?" Do you not say like, "I had a show"?
I
You
was
don't say
hanging
that.
with friends, yeah.
Oh, that's what you say.
just
I was
don't
hanging with
say it.
friends.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that bad?
No,
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
just
think
on
so.
the when I was working, I was on the other side where I didn't know how to not say it.
Mhm.
So it's like, I did a show, and then obviously then that becomes, oh, you do comedy. Oh, make me laugh. Like it just
Oh,
like
really?
like that was the spiral I went on.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on the other side, which is I didn't.
So you know,
cover it.
right? Like to have to go from that mindset and then go to like, I'm getting up and, you know, talking to people, trying to be goofy.
Right.
And try to say inappropriate things as opposed to like trying to stifle them
Yeah.
in a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like a conscious effort from your side of like, oh, I'm gonna.
I think it
just
would be
gonna-
cleaner. It would be cleaner that way.
It is though.
Yeah.
It's like what an assassin says.
I know. I
You know what
know.
I'm saying? just cleaner if they don't see me.
Yeah. It's so funny. My coworkers one time they were doing like who's everybody in the office? Like they're trying to do a correlation between them and characters in the office,
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
which is a horrible conversation. I don't want
That's
to
a
be part
weird
of it.
one.
That
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
just like such a classic work conversation.
That's a very work
Yeah.
conversation.
So they go, "Oh, Jason, he's Creed," and I was like,
Oh.
"Oh, that's how they see me." Like the guy who's like out weird
Some
guy who comes
weird
with- yeah.
other thing.
Yeah.
Do you think they have any idea that you're like, you know, an assassin or whatever the fuck it is?
No, I really don't know. I don't
Got
think
it.
they care.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Do you think that's also because you're a programmer? Do you think like, oh, programmers, they
I've
guess.
done other things. I've done like other jobs.
I see.
Yeah. But I mean, it's all good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I always and let me ask you about this.
Okay.
Let me ask you.
I would love to be asked the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's turn this on, Mike.
For me, I think like that double life thing comes from like like a feeling of obligation. Like I should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I owe it to somebody to
Yes.
not just be frivolous.
Right. Absolutely. That's absolutely right.
Do you have a question for Mike, or are we stopping?
I-
here?
No,
Yeah.
no. I was wondering if he felt
Oh,
the
I
same.
see.
I was wondering
Yes.
if it came from the same place
I
for me.
think
Got it.
I think about this a lot. I don't know. I mean, it is like it's been so taught to me to have stability that
Mhm.
I literally don't think I could not do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I am it's compulsory. You know what I'm saying? It's not even and now I've sort of embraced it when I'm like, listen, this is just how it is. I'm going to
Right.
have to do this until I'm dead or until I make like so much money that it doesn't matter or whatever. And I just kind of just take it as this is who I am. Maybe this will make me a better comedian because I'll just have a different point of view, you know, because I do feel, if you feel, is there a car inside of here? That was
He
insane.
didn't like your answer.
You're getting kicked out.
No, I don't like the artists
That was-
should suffer.
I'll
for
run
their-
it from here.
That was
No.
your boss.
Oh my God, Mr. Pettigrew, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's just something, you know, I don't necessarily even think it's a disadvantage. It's just like it is what it is, and this is how it is, you know.
Yeah.
Because we've had that talk where you're like, oh, you know, when do you think you can make the jump? And now I'm at the point now where like I have too good of a career. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would have been easier if I was like just starting out, you know, in this whatever day job thing.
Yeah.
I remember actually you know, before I got to where I am now, I had like a fork in the road as far as I could have taken this other job, which would have paid fine, but I knew for sure that it was very, the hours were very limited. It was like, the guy actually said, he was like, we're very, it's very, good hours. It's like 9:30 to 5. Like it's very good. And I was like, this is perfect. But then this other thing came up, and I was like, I got to do this because it's more money and all this stuff. So that is like that little compulsory part of me that I couldn't turn off. There's no way I could do it. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. I think I'm also just like a safe person. I don't know if that's a personality thing. I don't know if you feel that way.
I feel like I was taught that.
Okay.
I think I'm a reckless person by nature.
Are you really?
Yes.
Yeah, well, wall ball for sure.
Yeah. I think, but that was instructed in me that that was a priority.
Got it.
And the reasons for that were justified. Like they're like rock. It's like rock solid logic. You can't really.
Yeah.
What are you gonna?
You really can't argue with.
Like just having basic, like having needs.
Food, yeah.
And securing those needs.
Yes.
Like how are you gonna really be like no?
Fuck that.
Right.
I make sense. Jenny, what are your thoughts?
I'm the same. I'm been very, very responsible. Always like. Here's the other thing. I, in my 20s, like had a full career making money and had a certain lifestyle. Not that I was living like a crazy lifestyle. It was just like I didn't have to worry about like a meal, like I in terms of like having a nice meal or whatever. Like I was just like got used to that. And so for context, I quit my job last summer.
Oh wow.
Okay, but don't clap because I might be going back. But like. For sure, like there is like a thing, like a life I got used to, and now I'm like at the point where I'm like, do I kind of, now that I'm not working full time, and I do have to think about my needs in a very different way now, where it's like I can't just go and like go on vacation whenever I want.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I willing to give up the luxuries that I've gotten used to full on go headfirst into comedy? But here's the other thing, I have like so much time now, and more thoughts aren't happening up here. I'm not doing more things, and so I was like, maybe it's okay to like have a job and like have this like passion that you're really like really going for, but then like you're like, oh, I hate this thing. It's almost like an impetus to like do it.
Yes.
Yeah. No. I've ultimately come to the conclusion that like people have that idea of like you have to go all because it's like it feels like it's so chaotic to try to do this that they want some like formula.
Oh shit!
Like they're like the going all out formula. But I've watched more than several people burn out that way instead of like succeed.
Yeah.
So then like I think to kind of destigmatize different approaches. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
Like the double life thing. Like that's actually it's also super fulfilling, and you need something to do every day. Like you still. You know
what's I mean, it is interesting because there were times, when I was a freelancer or whatever, where I didn't have that much to do, and I would still feel the need to sit down at a desk, like for a few hours every morning. It's just like, it like kind of, I mean, I talk a lot of shit about capitalism, but like there is like the thing where you're like, okay, I need to do this, and it's going to fill my time and help me whatever get stuff, but also structure my life, right? So I think that's important as well. Are you like? I'm at the point too with my double life where I'm like, I have insurance. I love insurance. Can we talk?
I miss health insurance.
I health insurance. I insure a bunch of random shit in my house. I have apartment insurance. You guys getting on apartment insurance?
I have renters
insurance. Renters insurance. Everybody should get that. We should be getting progressive on here. Okay, we should, or
like lemonade.
That's a cool one.
Because they're cool.
You didn't think that this would be an insurance podcast, but it's an insurance podcast now. Insurance is sexy. I that's like the kind of the more stuff you have, the more like you're used to certain things, the more you're like, I don't know if I could necessarily step away, but then also I need to like keep these things safe. Do you know what I'm saying? That sort of, I mean, do you have like a real good 401k? We're going to get 401k talk.
Oh my God. Really? 401k?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Just like the listener numbers are just like.
Oh no, it's already zero.
It's zero. No one's stuck around this far.
No 401ks.
401k talk, man.
Yeah, I have a beefy 401k. I mean, it's
beefy. Is that what you said? Yeah. Dude, you just suddenly looked very alpha male right now. You put your arm up.
Leaned back.
You put your arm up.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, you listen. Stick around for 40 years, and I'll show you something. Folks, it's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and there are two things our people love. 1, exotic fruit. 2, science. That's right. Honor AA and HPI heritage, communities, and families today by getting vaccinated for a safer tomorrow. Vaccination greatly reduces your chance of having COVID symptoms like fatigue, pain, and memory problems that last for months. Protect your tomorrow with a vaccine today. Talk to a doctor if you have any questions. Find vaccines and boosters near you at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I've been definitely feeling burnt out. I think with the pandemic, everything happening in my life, all the changes at the podcast and everything. Plus, I'm Asian and I grew up thinking taking breaks, hey, that was for lazy people. I know better now. And I know taking care of your mental health is so, so important. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. I've been through therapy. I've meditate. I try to make it a priority. And I'll tell you, therapy can really make a difference. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in 48 hours. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Asian Not Asian listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Asian. That's BETTERHELP.com/Asian. Go check it out.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's crazy.
You also talked about you don't like to be in the tall box.
The tall box?
Yeah.
Well, because I just didn't use it for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Like, do you get the annoying questions about your height all the time?
Mm-hmm. And then when I was now I'm older, so nobody cares. I've used up my potential.
Really?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, which is great.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, there's no more expectations. Like, okay, he's I don't know him in the NBA, so fuck this guy. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But before I'm 18, 19, 17, everybody's like, Yao Ming.
Oh, shit.
Yao Ming. There was like, when I was like 14, I think I got called Yao Ming more than like my real name.
Yeah, more than Yao Ming did.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's like it's so weird because you're like, who? Like, it's just so unrelatable.
Yeah.
Did it help you though, as far as like meeting
Yes.
women?
No.
No. Okay.
No. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I have a terrible personality for meeting with like horrendous.
Double life assassin.
That's right.
You said you have a girlfriend, right? Did you have a
I do.
girlfriend?
A long-time girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
You do live a double life. I know nothing about this. How long
Yeah.
have you guys been together?
Like 8 years.
What the fuck? How come you never brought her around? I sound like Seinfeld. Why did you bring her around?
She's. I brought her around the first year or two.
Oh, don't
That's
do
enough.
that. That's enough.
enough.
That's a lot.
That's yeah, right. That's so much.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
And I'm sure it was just like her being nice at the beginning.
Right.
Like supporting you, and now it's like, no.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, oh my God, to watch your mate go
Yeah.
into comedy and then become dedicated to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how she's still here.
Holy
what a
shit.
nightmare.
Right. How much of a nightmare is
Yeah,
that?
I get it.
Right. It's like seeing them slip into like an opium addiction or something like that.
Yes. Right.
Right.
But
Just
but
like,
it's
oh,
like,
please don't do it. Don't know. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or get into CrossFit.
Right. It's like an opium addiction where there's like less than 0.5% chance. It's great.
Yes.
It ends up being great.
Yeah, it ends up being great.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know. I would like to meet her. I mean,
Yeah, Laura. Yeah.
And
great.
she's
nice.
here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that'd be
Imagine
great.
if I just like.
Just pull her out of my pocket.
Yeah.
there she is. Oh my gosh, it's a waifu. I do love that. Well, you know, if you're still listening, the 3 people are still listening who are down with 401k content. We're going to go to the voicemail, and if y'all are wondering what that is, we want to hear what kind of Asian you were. You can do that by leaving a voicemail at our voicemail box. Just tell us what kind of Asian you were this week. We got all kinds of things. Somebody was saying they were an orange Asian. You know, you'll have to stick around to hear what that means, okay? It could literally be anything. The voicemail number is 646-809-7231. That's 646-809-7231. Today, we're going to play this, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Hey, this week, or just in general, I've been a confused Asian, and I guess not a very stylish one, just because I see a lot of streetwear, but I don't think I understand it, because to me it just kind of looks like people are wearing pajamas or like construction worker clothing or like random things put together. So, yeah, maybe you could explain streetwear to me, because I really have never gotten it. I think it looks super cool, but I do not get it at all. All right, thanks. Bye. Love the pod.
Love it. Thank you very much for leaving a voicemail. And yeah, this is about streetwear. Streetwear, explaining it. This is why I brought you on to the show, Jason.
First of all, can I say something about that guest?
Yes, of course.
What an amazing voicemail to be like, I don't understand this at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But I still like it.
Yeah.
And I'm into it.
I love that sentiment.
Yeah.
I love that sentiment. I feel so much stuff on the internet is I don't get it and I hate it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, but to hear somebody say, I don't get it, but I like it.
Right.
Right.
You know, I think that's cool as fuck.
You can be
That is.
confused and still respectful.
Yes.
Yes.
That
we
can
need that.
confused and not have to intellectually get it, but just have some kind of feeling.
Right.
I want to get into this. You're wearing a cool North Face shirt today that inappropriately is black, even though it's 95 degrees outside.
And long
And
And
sleeves.
long sleeved.
It's so
What
hot.
are you thinking? Hold on here. Either you're a buffoon who didn't know what to wear, or you are a streetwear god, had to flex with the black T-shirt on.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
two.
It's the second one because yeah, no, I think the guy who's inappropriately dressed for the season,
Yeah.
that's making a comeback.
That yes, I agree
yeah,
with you.
that
The
aesthetic.
down puffer in August.
The
is-
shorts in winter.
The shorts in winter. The sandals at a funeral.
Right, it shows more respect.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like what Jesus would have done, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like, hey, you were a great guy. I'm wearing sandals because you knew how to chill,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you would want me to wear these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would know that, Carol, if you were there when we were losing him. What is this podcast about? Okay, so
You're the king. You're the king of this.
well, of wearing
Yeah.
stuff inappropriately in the season. Is that what you're talking about? Wearing sandals? What the fuck are you talking about?
No. I always think that you're incredibly well dressed.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you
fashion
so much.
king for sure.
Thank you. I feel, you know what it is? I established this early in my comedy career, and you guys haven't noticed, but I've been coasting ever since. The first couple of years I did stand up, I used to wear like a lot of Comme des Garçons, and I used to have Rick Owens clothes.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's ridiculous. I would bomb at this open mic. I would bomb at these open mics with a $500 t-shirt on.
He would.
Oh my god.
He would.
I would be wearing full Tom Brown suits, tie, shirts, $800 wingtips on, to silence. just doing terrible. And people would be like, I knew I was doing bad because people would be like, oh, yeah, I really like your outfit. That's the only kind of credit I ever got. Oh, I like your great outfit. And I never got booked. So that was me. Now I just wear, I swear to God, I wear double denim everything.
You've been rocking double denim a
I
lot.
love double denim. Double denim is it's so comfortable. You can get human poop on it and it's okay. You just wash it right out. It's all good. I love it. So I do love fashion. I do want to talk about this. What are
Yeah.
your takes on it?
Streetwear. Streetwear, I don't really know. The thing that comes to my head is that it's more about the attitude.
Oh.
That's very true. That's
Yeah.
very true.
Like, it's actually about the face of the guy,
Uh-huh.
where like he could be wearing
Yeah.
whatever, but then if he has a particular type of face and
Yes.
confidence,
That's
Yes.
streetwear.
that boom, streetwear.
Streetwear. He goes there.
yeah. Like he could just duct tape his entire leg up with
They'll be like, yo, is that duct tape?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, that's a fire duct tape.
Yeah.
Right, but then he's just like it's
It's like the
streetwear.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
I don't
think?
even think, I want to say it doesn't necessarily have to do with race either. I've seen streetwear guys who, like certain areas of Staten Island can create a streetwear guy.
Okay, can we talk about what streetwear is?
Okay, great point.
Is it just... What is it? I guess we're all talking, and I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I have literally no idea what is streetwear.
We've
I don't
had
either.
we don't either. Okay, streetwear.
Sweats?
It is an essence.
Okay.
It is a way of being.
Uh-huh.
I guess I should define it. It is it's like clothes that like evolved out of like street subculture, right? So
Sure.
sometimes it has to do with like hip hop.
Yeah.
A lot of time, sometimes it has to do with skateboarding,
Yeah.
right? So all the street subcultures that often came out of New York, because there ain't no like street subculture in Boise. Although sometimes workwear, that's a whole other thing. But like, yeah, streetwear is like came out of New York street culture. So like then it can also sometimes include like party scenes, like all that stuff that comes out. That's all like streetwear stuff. And then there's like the big labels like Supreme or now like luxury shit is all
Yeah.
like streetwear too. Like Balenciaga is quote unquote streetwear, and you'll see like goofy ass dudes like walk the Met Gala and in quote unquote streetwear, and it does not work. But that's what streetwear is. Yeah.
Okay. I can only think of Supreme now.
Supreme is a big one. Supreme's a big one. Although North Face too.
Is streetwear?
Rompims?
What?
Rompers for guys.
Romp
that's-
hymns? Is that
Yeah.
Is
streetwear?
that streetwear?
No, it is not streetwear.
Oh, interesting.
It is not streetwear. It is that I actually think was a joke.
Rompims?
Romp
Yeah,
hymns?
romp hymns.
Okay, wait.
I
let
don't
me
I've
think
think
seen
I've-
people wear them.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
have seen people wear them.
I think of it as kind of fratty.
Yeah.
Romp
right?
hymns, romp hymns in particular, if that's even a brand, if that's a brand, not just a type of clothing, is I think very fratty. Although I have seen, there's a couple of comedians I know who will wear essentially a coverall, right?
Yeah.
Coveralls can be streetwear.
Yeah. I know.
Coveralls
Okay.
can be streetwear because they came from the military and the workwear scene,
Yes.
and from construction. So construction is also like one of the channels of streetwear, because it's like, who do you see on New
Whoa.
York City streets all the time? Sanitation workers. Sanitation workers, by the way, best drip, incredible drip. They're DSNY. I've tried to buy DSNY stuff. Apparently, you cannot.
What's DSNY?
Department of Sanitation.
Oh, got it.
It's a psychology book.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes, it's the DSM-4, DSNY stuff. Crazy drip. I've tried to buy MTA stuff. You cannot do it.
Really?
Yeah, it's controlled.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to have.
They should start selling that for like money for like public education or whatever, or for like MTA people.
Wear the shit out of MTA. MTA drip is fire. Do you know who Julian G is? Do you know that comedian? He doesn't do comedy anymore, but he started around when we started. He works for MTA now, and I'm always trying to get him to be the plug. I'm like, yo, hook it up with some MTA shit, and I think he will.
Hell yeah.
So two pieces of lingo you've dropped.
Go.
Drip.
Drip
Is like an article of clothing, right?
Drip is it is like the whole look. Drip.
see.
Your is your
Yeah.
it's usually a good thing. Yeah.
Like
you
if
got
you're
the
like
drip.
so like you're standing there naked, a drip
Yeah.
comes down on you and you're like,
A drip.
Yes.
that's the drip.
Right, and then it's all about the face, as you said.
Right.
when the water hits you, what's the face you're making? Are you making an ew face? That's not drip. If you're making a
Right.
that's drip.
Wow.
What was
That's
the other
crazy.
thing I said?
Plug.
The plug. Plug
Wow.
is like your hookup, right? The person who's going to hook you up with something.
How
I
many
think I'm
plugs
using
do you
that
have?
correct. I don't have any plugs. My plug is eBay. That's my plug. Some people got plugs. Usually, like a plug is somebody. It's a kind of suggestive that it is a not nefarious, but like exclusive in like a back doorway. I got the plug from for these sneakers.
Like uncut gems. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. By the way, Uncut Gems, some good streetwear in there.
yeah.
Yeah,
from Adam Sandler, just like he like inadvertently, well, I think vertently, is that a word? Did some streetwear there with the leather jacket, his vibe too. His vibe.
Right.
His drip is crazy.
This might actually be an answer to her problem of why she doesn't understand streetwear.
Because
I think it's abstract. It's like
It's
very abstract.
It's like nothing. It can be anything and nothing.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like a tone.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
kind of know it.
Yeah.
You like hear it.
Yeah.
You
like,
hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it
and then
is.
you go, was that it? Was that F sharp? You play any instruments, Jason?
I used to, yeah.
Like very well, like all that shit?
No. I have no musical ability. My mom, this is what's so sad. My mother, she is tone deaf.
Okay.
And you know, it gets passed down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
But she loves music, so she made me do it, but I had her music gene.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was just bad.
Did you play instruments?
I
Which
played
ones?
violin, viola,
Oh, damn.
baritone.
Whoa. Like a
Wow.
bunch of shit. You
Yeah.
really tried.
Yeah, I really tried.
And it really
Your mom
didn't
was
take.
like, please. yeah.
I made electronic music in college.
No
Whoa.
shit.
Yeah, Ableton.
Whoa.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
What is
That's
Ableton?
that's like how you make it's called a DAW.
Uh-huh.
That's where they like Logic. That's one of them. Ableton. Yeah, you can make it like dubstep noise.
You're like
make it a
using
little
Wow.
those
dubstep.
words to describe a word I don't know.
you know, I was like,
What? I thought you were
Am
going to
I
explain
the
what a
one-
DAW was.
I was
You know
like,
what a
am
DAW
I
is like a chojo? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like a farfar. You know what I'm talking about? It's similar to Nescati, but without the frump.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like a like Final Cut.
I see.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
there
For, like,
you
music.
go.
Yeah.
Content, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like better GarageBand,
I see.
I see.
Uh-huh,
more
okay.
advanced. Okay.
yeah. Okay. Got it.
Fra.
Is dubstep out?
Is
Oh, yeah.
Is it out? I think it is out.
What's in now?
What's in
What's
now?
EDM now?
Well, I like
it's a
that we're
barren
asking
wasteland.
Jason. Jason, you know what?
Jason is kind of the
Yeah,
guy.
okay, you're the plug.
Yeah,
What
the
is
plug.
What is
On-
it?
on
What's
electronic
in?
music?
On the
Yeah.
electronic music. What is in? Are you still listening to it?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Okay. What is what's in?
What's in?
I don't know. I'm
Really?
in like some weird corner of it,
Yeah.
electronic music, where there's these guys who have been going for like 30 years just in the background.
Uh-huh.
They're like the Illuminati
Oh.
of electronic music. And they like out of them come trip hop.
Oh,
I don't know
I
if you've
see,
heard
I see.
that
Yep,
genre.
yep.
Like these like really abstract genres.
Okay.
So I'm trying to like stay with those like that kind of sector because I can't all the like the Skrillex bro step stuff.
Yeah.
That's all.
Bro step.
Horrible.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I feel like they in that little corner, like they do very well for themselves, right?
Yes.
They're you know they're selling out shows,
Yeah.
you know.
I think they're like the ideal thing to stand for.
Whoa. Who should I listen to? I'm gonna write one down for our listeners.
This guy Tipper, he's hard to listen to. I mean, this guy's like really far out there.
Okay. I'm
He's
just
like-
thinking it's just like racial slurs over and over again. This guy's so hard to listen to. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, but like if people like nerd stuff, like nerddom, he's like an
Oh.
ultimate sound design nerd.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
like he mixed an album in surround sound.
Fuck
What?
off. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like where the like little sounds here, like all
Yeah.
around. You can only play this album on like a 5.1 setup.
Oh shit.
Like that's how much of a nerd this guy is.
Wow. I won't
Okay.
be listening.
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
that set up. I only have AirPods.
I only have one AirPod. I
Yeah.
lost the other one. So okay, cool. Tipper, I'll listen to that. Okay, so I think we have explained streetwear, or we have made her more confused.
Yeah. I don't
It
think
is-
we
yeah.
answer the question at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I think also I want to just very quickly. I'm not. No, streetwear is not dead at all. It is still alive and kicking. I am not as involved in it, similar to kind of what you were saying with electronic music. I'm going to the old school guys. I do a lot of Ralph Lauren now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about fashion. I feel like, and everything in general that's trends, like, I feel like there are just less trends where everyone has to look a certain way
I agree
or
with that.
listen to certain things. It's like because of the internet, the cool thing is to do your own thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's cool to listen to music that's like maybe like 10 years old or 40 years old, but also you could be listening to music now, even fashion. Like, it's actually cool to not be kind of pigeonholed into one thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I think like the new cool thing is to not be part of any trend or like subgenre almost. Like, it's just like everyone's doing their own thing, and like Gen Z
Wow.
loves that. If I had a take on trends.
Wow.
That's wild. That's like a wild thing you've said. Yeah.
But would you agree? I feel like everyone, like, you don't know what's cool anymore because nothing is cool. Everything is cool. Like, you just be yourself. That's the cool thing.
I would love that if that were true. I do not
don't think so?
No. I think there's more trends. Well, I think there is a lot of trends. This month, Paramount Plus, in partnership with CAPE, the Coalition of Asian Pacifics and Entertainment, celebrates Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month with a special collection of series and movies spotlighting the AAPI community, with performances from Yerin Ha, Asif Manvi, Isa Briones, George Takei, Lucy Liu, Liza Lapira, and Keanu Reeves, just to name a few. Head to ParamountPlus.com/WatchUsRise to learn more and stream their performances today. Whoa, what was that? Dang, that's
what
crazy.
is that sound?
It's nice.
It's the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big business, so upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronized online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed.
Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility. I love how Shopify has the tools and resources to make it easy for any business to succeed from down the street to around the globe. Like mine, Shopify powers a million businesses from first sale to full scale.
Reach customers online and across social networks with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more.
Gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond.
More than a store, Shopify grows with you.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify.
Go to shopify.com/Asian, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features.
Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/Asian right now.
Shopify.com/Asian.
Because I was just watching the Abercrombie doc, and I was like,
Ooh.
yes, that Abercrombie era. Yes, everyone had to dress in one brand, Abercrombie.
I did want to touch on that. If you guys don't know, there was a documentary. What was it called? It's called
White Hot.
White Hot, and it's about Abercrombie and Fitch, which I think is still around, right?
It is.
It is, and this is like capturing the moment from like 2000 and what?
It was like late 90s to like
Late
early,
90s,
like
early
2000,
2000s,
yeah.
and it was very interesting. I remember personally. You know, I lived through this, and for a while, everybody was like, "Oh my God, Abercrombie! Wow, whoa!" Like, there's a whole thing. It was if you went to the store, if you went to the mall at this time, Abercrombie like stood out from all the other retail stores. It smelled,
just
very,
a lot.
very strong, like cologne smell. Buff white dudes outside. It was a whole thing. The clothes were really expensive for the time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going and it was like, oh my God, Abercrombie. It's like a pair of jeans is like $75, right? And again, remember, this is the era of the Miller's Outpost, Mervyn's. Okay, you spent like $40.
Mervyn's. I haven't heard
exactly.
that in so long.
Maybe one day you want to save up and buy some Jankos. Yes, those are like $50, but $75 jeans. Hell no. So that was the whole thing, and it became and then it was very white and all this stuff, and they had some racist shit. What any thoughts on Abercrombie?
Yeah, I mean, I was in middle school. It's like that was the cool thing to wear. And I had to
cool thing to wear.
beg my parents.
Yeah, same.
And they had no interest.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they're
really?
we don't care that you want Abercrombie. That's expensive and it doesn't fit your arm, because I had like swimmer's arms, and it was like not built for me.
Yo.
And so and it was like so narrow and thin, and just wasn't for my body type at all. And I would beg them because that was the cool thing to do. And it really was like now that I think on it, every person was wearing Abercrombie. There was no kind of other thing that was cool. It was just Abercrombie.
It was definitely leagues ahead of Gap and Banana Republic.
Exactly.
I will say that the clothes did fit better, and it seemed nicer. I remember I saved up all my money in college, and I bought some Abercrombie stuff, and I was the shit. I was I was the man.
Yeah.
Okay? I didn't even have the drip face yet.
Yeah.
It was all body.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How about you, Jason?
I was wearing the cologne.
Really?
You were? Yeah, you had to.
Yeah. I was doing all kinds of Abercrombie and Fitch stuff.
You were just running around in the tropics, just kind of shirtless, playing football with other shirtless dudes.
No, I had the rugby shirt.
Yeah, the rugby shirt. All kinds of Abercrombie and Fitch stuff.
Not in that way. No.
Taking problematic photos in a beach. Yeah, dude. It was a big thing for.
It was same.
Right?
That's what everybody wore.
Yeah.
Did you remember when they got in trouble for that shirt, the two Wongs make it white shirt? No. Is that? I
don't remember that at all.
Yeah, so I didn't know about it either until the documentary.
Yeah. I remember when that shirt came out, and actually, because this was like in the Bay Area, there was like a protest in front of the store.
It
Wait,
looked
so-
like a Bay Area protest.
The quote is, two Wongs make a white.
Make it
Make
white.
it white.
So it's
Two Wongs
like
make it
on the T-shirt. This is when graphic T-shirts were starting to become a thing, and it was like it had like I think an Asian caricature type of person, and it was supposed to be like a vintage T-shirt
Right.
for like a laundry service, right?
Oh, I see.
It's supposed to be like a fake vintage shirt,
I see.
and so it was like two Wongs make it white, and then like everybody was like up in arms about that. I thought it was very cheesy. And at the time, I didn't care because I had moved on to diesel jeans.
You weren't worried about Abercrombie
I
anymore.
was like, Abercrombie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
please, plebes, all right? Get on my Italian shit.
Yeah, it seems more racist too because it's like you're starting from Abercrombie and Fitch,
Yeah.
which is just like
Yeah.
when do you have cartoons? Like, what do you usually got? What do you got? It's just the
Yeah.
collared shirt.
This is a college shirt.
That's
So,
hilarious.
yeah, that was like the, it was still like a thing for a long time, but I remember that was sort of like, oh, people were like kind of.
Yeah,
this
there was like
before
protests and all
Yeah,
that.
there was protests, and this is like kind of before canceling was a thing, but people were like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be the drip to have that shirt now?
like now, like
Yeah,
in
to like wear
2022.
it, to wear it like ironically.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
You tried to use the word and you didn't use it correctly.
Oh yeah. Well, just like I don't know.
Folks, you know who gets it. You guys, the listeners. If you're loving what you're hearing, please drop us a review. Drop the review. Drop some drip. I don't know. I don't know how to use it either. We're with drop a review. Leave a comment. Hit subscribe. All the good stuff. We're with our guest, Jason Choi. Signaling with me with his good arm, and we're gonna play the Asian not Asian game. In this game, we're gonna name a few things which have come up on the podcast, and we're gonna talk about are they Asian or not. Jason, you ready to play?
Hell yeah.
How about this? Surround sound. Is that Asian or not Asian?
It's Asian.
Explain.
Well, it's a. I don't know if it's Asian. Okay, so does it have to be specific of Asians, or do
This is your
is it like
game.
exclusive?
This is your game.
I
However
know
you
there's
wanna
a
play.
big audiophile
okay. Yes.
thing going on with
yeah.
Asian. Like
yeah.
Asians love speakers.
Yes.
That is real.
Yes.
Yes.
My dad had a big speaker set.
My
like-
dad too.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's not like we were that musical or anything, and like we were like very we were middle class.
Right.
But I remember, growing up with these like really really good speakers, and it's like then they would just like play like talk radio on it or something, right? But
Right.
but it was a thing. My dad was like all about it.
But
Yeah.
your parents are tech savvy enough to set it up.
I mean, this was the '80s, so everything was like wiry, But they were. I don't know why. I'm really
I have
open
no idea why.
open to the thing, because you would think that would be the most frivolous of expenses.
Yeah.
A sound system,
Yeah.
right?
Here's the closest thing I could say without profiling or something. My dad
Yeah.
eventually got into a speaker competition with his brothers,
Uh,
so that one-upsmanship.
Yeah. It's like
You know what
it's
it
an
is?
arms race.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Speakers is like a koi pond, but inside. You know how like you're trying to flex on your aunt and uncle with your
Yeah.
koi pond? Oh shit, you must be doing real well with the koi pond. Well, wait until you get inside. Okay.
Yeah. Listen to how good Bach sounds.
Bach! You gotta play Bach on there, dude.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's good. I like that. Okay, so it's Asian.
I think so.
How about this one? Do you have any, Jenny? You want to do? You don't have to.
Wall ball.
Okay, yes. Wall ball. Wall ball.
Wall ball?
Wall ball. All variants.
All variants.
Maybe a little Asian, because if you fail, you get some sort of capital punishment.
That should be a variant where if you drop the ball, you have to kneel on rice.
Put your arms up.
Put your arms up. This game sucks. Or maybe they just don't feed you dinner for a couple days or some shit like that. That's Asian as shit. Yeah, corporal punishment
Yeah.
is definitely Asian.
Yeah,
and
for-
if wall ball, I guess all wall ball variants have corporal punishment in it.
Yeah, I think that's a feature.
That's a feature of it. So wait, hold on. If you were playing with I just realized this. If you were playing with this little kid, where you're gonna hit the kid?
No. That was.
I see.
He has a
Yeah.
handicap, I guess. In a good way.
We're not gonna fuck around with the kid.
All right. How about one more? Assassinations. Is that Asian or not Asian?
I mean,
Oh.
of course, it's Asian.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes. Very Asian.
Yeah, assassinations.
Fucking love
Everybody
assassination.
everybody was doing it.
Everyone.
Dude, let's just say this. If you weren't getting assassinated, you weren't even a thing. Okay, you weren't even... You call yourself a politician? Man, I mean, you look at... Actually, I think... I haven't looked at the history of Korea, but Korea has a crazy military history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Japan, of course.
Uh-huh.
Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, crazy.
We were doing coups before it was cool. We
Yeah.
love coups. Yeah, so many assassinations, all kinds.
Yeah.
Guns, no guns.
Wrecking,
Car,
yeah.
no car.
It's unreal.
It's unreal,
Yeah.
right?
Can I do one?
Of course.
Yeah.
you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is kind of a strange one. Bach. Is that Asian?
Oh.
Interesting, right?
That's an interesting choice.
Oh, this is I feel really insecure. I don't know enough about classical music to know if this is a trap or not.
No, there's no
I
trap.
don't think
I
there's
thought it was like a because Asians do have a classical music.
Yes.
Yes, we love classical music.
There's something.
But I feel like
I feel like, because I know a little bit, Bach is, in my head, only Asian because it's like the early, like you have to learn it at some point when you're taking classes. When you like are in, like when you're taking classical piano classes, you will learn a Bach piece.
Yes.
But I don't think like Baroque music is like not really Asian to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like more, it's a little bit more like Mozart, like more contemporary is more Asian. But the piano class, violin class, like that is like to me associated with Bach, so that's what makes it Asian.
Wow.
Okay, so
Right.
this conversation you guys are having, I now feel how you must have felt when I was talking about streetwear. So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I was thinking about when you were talking about streetwear, I was like, you're talking to two people who have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea. My wife is very musical. She's, very good musician, has like perfect pitch, all that stuff. She has
It's
perfect
amazing.
pitch. It's crazy.
Charlie Puth.
Yeah, she will sometimes take me to go see, whatever, the orchestra. I have no idea what it's called. The symphony.
The symphony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would be there and I'll listening. I'll be listening. I'll be like, I always thought that the goal of being a classical music instrument person is to play the piece perfectly. So then, in which case, why not just play the CD? That's what I always thought.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
What?
That's what I always thought. And then my wife, she almost divorced me, man. She was just like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah."
But you're saying bands, it's different.
That's the
Because
height of
their
the-
goal isn't to play perfectly, it's to entertain.
I see. Yeah, if you go see, Arcade Fire.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a party. They're doing different things. But at the symphony, it's not like it's Kanye West where like there's going to be theatrics.
Yeah.
It's just like people playing the music. And so I was like, oh, why not just listen to the CD where you
Here.
know it's
I can give you the answer.
okay. Go.
And this was illuminated to me during the pandemic.
Oh.
The classical music players, what they're less similar to like watching a band, and they're actually more similar to actors.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, where the piece is like a play.
Wow.
So then you go see it because of how they play it.
Yeah.
That's what makes them good.
Right.
Dang.
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
See, what I need to do now is I need to see two different symphony bands, one
Play
after
the same
another.
song.
Okay. You're calling them symphony bands.
I don't know what to
don't
call
think
them.
you
I don't know what to call them. I am not a sophisticated person. Okay, I consider DSNY to be the best streetwear person. Okay, thank you very much for joining us on the Asian Not Asian podcast. I want to know what you think about symphony bands and if they, who has the best drip in symphonies. I want to say thank you very much to Jason Choi. for
Yeah, this
coming.
was super fun.
Thank
That
you.
I
Thank you,
hope you
guys.
had fun. We're gonna have you on again because you're ridiculous. It's great. I fucking love it. Where can our fans find you and your work?
Jason R. Choi on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are you you're at New York Comedy Club all the time?
Yep. I'm at New York Comedy Club a bunch. You can find me doing dates there. It's Stand Up New York as well.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely check him out. He's hysterical. And you can find the podcast on Instagram at Asian Not Asian Pod. You can find us on YouTube at Asian Not Asian Pod. So check out our Patreon, Asian Not Asian Pod, and it's a good time. Please make sure to try to leave a voicemail. Gosh, I always keep forgetting that phone number. It is 646-809-7231. Let us know what kind of Asian you work this week. You can find me, Mike Nguyen, on Instagram at nicepantsbro.
You can find me anywhere at Jenny Arimoto.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go and find some music bands now.
Woo, music
Symphony
bands.
bands to listen to. And I will see you. We'll see you on another episode. That was terrible. Goodbye.
Bye.